Guys, and welcome back to the ESL Pro League North America Division. Immortals and Liquid is what we're about to witness, and this is definitely going to be a good matchup. I mean, we're just a few seconds away from it, as far as I'm told. But I definitely think this should be a very, very close matchup. I mean, given the fact that both of these two teams coming in with reasonably okay form, I mean, Immortals definitely in good form, and obviously they're both having fairly good times in the Pro League as well. So we're expecting them to be pretty evenly matched.
I don't think it will be down towards the T side for teams. It will be down towards the CT side and how well they can hold on to the guns in the economy, which is what I feel like recently Counter-Strike has transitioned towards, is because as soon as you lose a pistol round, you'll see teams now just go, all right, let's not force buy, let's just try to stack up a little bit more on our money. Especially in games where it's so tight, you don't want to be giving any more extra rounds full of Ts to work with. And Cobblestone has kind of worked his way in towards a map where before we would have argued, yes, it's very heavily T-sided. Now it just feels to me, sometimes you see the CTs start getting a bit more dominance because they get more map control. They stop the Ts from executing anywhere very quickly, and they just stall out for time and they get a good read on what the T side is doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say which of these two sides is going to be hugely more impactful. I mean, Immortals have looked pretty good on both sides, I think, of Cobblestone. But then again, so is Liquid. So very, very hard to say actually how these two teams are going to be shaping up against each other.
That's why I always say it's not going to be the T side which is it's not going to phase me. I reckon both sides will be able to take probably, if they start on the T side, probably the 9 to 10 as a benchmark. It's the CT side. How hard are the CTs going to fight for their rounds? A pistol round is going to be so critical, making sure they take the next 2 anti-ecos. So many times you see teams just dropping anti-ecos, especially on Cobblestone, where if you do give a drop or if Blat, suddenly you relinquish control of B platform, they get very close. Maybe they swarm along A and you lose a gun immediately and they can take a little bit more time to maneuver the array around the map. Then you suddenly lose a very easy round, your economy is tanked, and you bleed out a few more rounds, which you can't really afford to.
Right, and just to update everyone as to how things are going over on the mainstream, Renegades have just lost 16 and 6 to Misfits, so a 2-0 today for Misfits over Renegades. I think that's a pretty good result actually for them.
Yeah, especially with their lineup change where they had 2 new members coming in, so it seems like it's doing pretty well. I'd also argue probably Renegades not performing to their normal standards, but they're going to be looking to fix things up going in towards these next couple of weeks as well, because we're all on the Renegades hype train. They were starting to look pretty good when Adder was still playing alongside them. You know, they were starting to step their game up. So now it's, well, this is a bit of a derailment, I guess, in the hype train.
I suppose, but I mean, we'll see
slight derailment.
Yeah, it depends on how it does go. I mean, in the next couple of months and that sort of thing. I think they've still got some very, very good players on their roster, and even if that team were to, I suppose, disband, fall apart, what have you, a lot of those players would find other homes, I suppose, over in North America somewhere on any manner of teams. I think they're all good enough to be able to perform there. But would like to see them stay together as a roster and see if they can perform well, because they're obviously coming to IEM Sydney in about a week or so. How their chances are going to fare at that one, I'm not looking so confident, I think, especially given that, you know, they're up against some of the best teams in the world. So I think that's going to be difficult for them. I mean, there's a few other teams that they maybe can beat here, but a lot of teams that they're going to really struggle against.
I think it's a lot of just work in progress for Renegades at the moment. They have a new core. You know, they picked up, I think there's Nexia as well as Nifty. So it's still work in progress. We shouldn't expect the world to be absolutely on fire, especially with the new IGL, new system, new way of playing Counter-Strike. Maybe the AWPer plays differently compared to the previous AWPers on the Renegades lineup. The IGL might have different ideas as well, and it will take a little bit of time. Don't think week and a half for IM Sydney is enough.
No.
Whereas maybe for the finals, maybe for, you know, give it maybe 1 or 2 months, and who knows where Renegades can go. I mean, Azza was looking particularly good, and we'll talk about individual talent, but back towards Liquids and Immortals.
Yep.
This is going to be an absolute blockbuster.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best maps for both of these two teams as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. Cobblestone should definitely be a close match, but we will find out how it does end up going. Immortals starting off on the CT side, Liquid on the T, and a very, very heavy B stack, unsurprisingly, to start off with for Immortals.
Yeah, just bolt spotting for information at the slope, very close towards Connector. And Liquid are actually coming towards the A site, and Bolts, he is going to peek out and spot a lot of players, so the call does come out for Immortals to start rotating across. They do have a kill on steal, so they can take a little bit of time as Bolts looking just to stop Liquid from pushing it any further, but Liquid just grouping up, trading 1-for-1.
Good job, though, from Bolts to be able to at least get one there. If he had have gone down without a response there, could have been real problems for Immortals here on this retake. And it still isn't looking amazing just yet, but FNX does take down Twist, so that makes it look a little bit better. The bomb still not too big of a worry right now for Immortals, but it is starting to become one, particularly now that FNX is in a 1-on-2. He doesn't have too much time to work with. Knows where Nitro is, though, who just fired out a couple of shots and pulls out the USB, swapping backwards and forwards between weapons. But what's he going to be able to do here without a kit?
Yeah, the kit has been lost, and he's waiting for Nitro to push him, and he misses the headshot, unfortunately. FNX, his pistol round looking quite strong with 3 kills.
Not enough.
Liquid. Not enough, though, because Nitro and Twist both chime in with 2 on Liquid. They're able to get not only the bomb plan, but the victory. So looking just to compound their, I guess, advantage forward. And Immortals actually very confident. 4 CZs as well as armor on 3 of them. Actually, FNX is also going to pick up a 5-7 as well. This is a very heavy investment round, which means that if Immortals can't do enough damage towards Liquid, it may just be a little bit of a waste.
Could be. Could be. But they've got us some fairly interesting, actually, positions here, because you can see there's 3 players pushed very, very far forward on the A-bomb site. Not even really on the A-bomb site. They're pushed down in towards mid. And the 2 players over on B, they're not even really holding B. They're more so holding drop room and connector in a sense. So these are not your typical CT positions. And could be something that might catch Liquid off guard.
Especially with Liquid with mainly SMGs as well. It's not going to be effective against the body armor as much as an AK is going to be. So they still need to be cautious. Trying to suss out where Immortals may be stacking. You can see Liquid just trying to slowly gain map control. They don't want to be giving an easy advantage. They want to make Immortals earn their victory. Similarly, to Immortals playing passive on the pistol round, they're more than happy to allow Liquid to slowly come out towards the site. They're spotting for information. FNX is going to be the first member spotted out with a 5-7. He's going to try and tap and get the headshot from the 5-7, but it's not going to work. He's going to be dinked down, and Lucas loses his life as well. FNX gets 1, but he can't get the second, and Liquid have control of the B site.
They do, for now at least, but we'll see what these 2 rotators can do for Immortals coming around from behind. Bolt's trying to keep as much of that presence on their B-bomb site as possible, but now it really comes down to Steel and Henny trying to wrap around the back. Henny up in the top of drop room. Steel's joining him. But they're going to make some noise when they drop down here, so Liquid should probably get a bit of awareness as to what's going on here. Now they do know for sure, and what was potentially a danger is now probably going to be nullified here. Even though JDM does go down, overall still a pretty decent round here from Liquid. It should be one that they'll be able to wrap up here. I don't think Immortals are going to be going for that retake. They're just trying to get some exit frags here, and they may just do that. Stanislaw should go down to the bomb.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well on the exit frags as well. They take down Twist, and that's the AK-47, and Bolt still dancing around. Only 3 bullets, though. Unfortunately, he can't dance for too much longer.
Just not. Stanislaw just got out, so 6 HP, but yeah, not too bad for Immortals. I mean, they take 2 of the CZs through. I mean, unfortunate that Henny, I suppose, is the one that does survive, given he didn't have any armor. But they do take guns out of the hands of Liquid. They make them pay for it. And they have another chance here to maybe use a couple of those CZs once more.
And that's okay, because with Henny, he can 204k, should be able to buy up the AWP. Maybe no armor behind it, but if he gets another kill, it's a different story. And Liquid actually lost one of the AKs, so Twist does have to reinvest in the AK-47, which is... It's a good start for Immortals, where they're able to do damage on these pistols. If they maybe snacks, got a couple of... even a few more kills, could have been their round.
Definitely could have, but wasn't quite, and so Team Liquid do start off okay, but not showing us any dominance at this point, which is fair enough. I mean, it's only 2 rounds in, so can't be expecting to see too much out of either of these teams just yet. What we really want to be seeing is these gun rounds. When they do eventuate, that's going to give us a better indication as to how things will start to play out here on Cobblestone. Just getting these anti-ecos, the formalities away now for Team Liquid, as JDM just goes to town right now on Immortals.
Looking like it's a very easy wrap-up on the side of Liquid. Just making sure they get the kills, 1, 2, and 3. And Bolt's going to be the last man left standing. He's going to try and find the headshot with the CZ, but he won't be able to. So now the first buy round, Immortals will be looking a little bit poor on the side of most of their members, which is going to signal lack of utility. And Henny actually has no armor whatsoever to back up the AWP, and Liquid can exploit this. They still got 3 SMGs on board. A lot of utility to work with as well compared to Immortals.
Yeah, a lot of decoys there for Liquid, actually, interestingly enough. But anyway, yeah, Henny with no armor. I definitely think he's good enough of an AWP to make this work, that is for sure. Have a look and see where he is going to be going. Playing by Hut by the looks of things, or Chicken Coop. So not too big of an angle that's going to be super easy for an SMG to take advantage of or anything like that. He's not playing very close. He's playing quite far back in the site. And he's also got FNX there to back him up should Team Liquid decide to just rush down into the B-bomb site, try and overwhelm him. But they're not going to the B-bomb site. They are heading towards A, and Bolts has answered that well. Gets the first kill, a lot of damage onto Twister as well. And that rotation round behind here from Immortals. Already this round is starting to look pretty decent. All they need is for Lucas to stall things, or steal, just to find a couple of kills from behind. And he'll only get one, but again, does a lot of damage over to JDM, who did eventually drop him. So still Immortals with the advantage. Nitro, though, he does peg one back. And that brings it back to player advantage for Liquid, though admittedly health is still favourable for Immortals right now.
But look at this read from Liquid coming out. They realized that as soon as they shut down Henny, who had the AWP, he was most likely going to be the slowest rotator. No rifle supporting him. They know B site is open, so they just flood straight through connector on towards B site instead. But two low members, FNX and Lucas, they do need to start moving though, because there is no kit on either of their hands.
Oh, that's a good kill from Twist as well. 3 versus 1, and Lucas, it was looking so good for Immortals, but they just couldn't quite land those shots that they needed. We needed to see probably 2 from Steel from behind, but unfortunately he only had the FAMAS. If he had have had an M4, one would think he might have gotten a couple of kills there, but it was not to be. And so Team Liquid, they actually secure quite a decent gun round with 3 guns left alive.
They upgrade 2 of the SMGs as well. So
Yeah.
Twist had the AK-47 initially on, but JDM, that was a big turnaround where he was able to turn around and get the kill with a UMP of that range.
Yeah.
A UMP. It wasn't an AK-47. It was a sick reaction from JDM to realize what was going on, but then he did it with the UMP. So that's where, I think it was against an unhelmeted opponent as well, and that's where it starts hurting, where you just go, if they went for the eco for the second round, yeah, maybe they wouldn't have done as much damage, but they would have enough for head armor, they have enough for everything, and now it's just a cleanup round. JDM just going to town right now with the UMP. 3 kills, and Nitro backs him up in the B site. Very quick, very fast, and Liquid already racing to a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, really, really good start here from Team Liquid, and we were kind of questioning how they would go here against Immortals. We sort of said, you know, if there is a favoured team, it probably is going to be Immortals. Cobblestone's been a good map for both of these 2 teams, though, and if Team Liquid can get off to an excellent start, which is what they kind of have done, they just need to be able to convert that into something now in the first half, and then take that momentum through to map number 2, then there's a fairly decent chance maybe that they can get a 2-0, but still very early days. I mean, we're only 5 rounds in now, or will be 5 rounds in after this one, so it's hard to make a real good sort of a read as to how this is going to go, but definitely the early signs are showing to be favourable for Team Liquid.
Absolutely, and this is where, earlier on I was talking about the economy game where Immortals, if you go on the force buy for the second round, you're kind of going on a weaker buy for the 4th round, and that leads to, well, by the time you finally get your economy in gear and have all the utility, or most of the utility you want to work with, it's the 6th round. Liquid are up 5-0. The game isn't won on the T... Well, it is won on the T side a lot of the time where you're getting the rounds, but it's lost mainly on the CT side where you don't get enough rounds to play with. And that's where Immortals are starting to fall in a bit of a danger, because they've given Liquid, you know, that economy boost. Liquid have a lot of money to play with. They can try hammering Immortals for the next 2-3 rounds. Any single gun that Liquid take off Immortals now, it resets their loss bonus, it resets their economy, and they start forcing up weaker rifles like FAMASs,
Yeah.
and that's not good.
Well, not a rifle, but you know what I mean. And yeah, Immortals, they're not in a great spot right now. So Team Liquid have a good opportunity just to grind the boot into Immortals. But they have to do that, right? They can't allow Immortals to come back in here. You know, if we see Immortals get 5 rounds in a row just to bring it back to 5-5, then you can basically forget about the first 5 rounds, really, for Team Liquid. All the momentum will be gone, and they try to go for something, but it doesn't work out for Immortals. Elige, too good watching that angle. Good start again here, Team Liquid. This could be 6-0. Admittedly, still early days in this round, but 4v5, it's an advantage, and Team Liquid will take it.
Yeah, this is a danger because, well, no pun intended, because Elige did get the kill from danger, but as soon as you lose the long A control, they had to make a very risky play, and you see you can see Bolts at the moment, and FNX already rotated towards the A site, playing close towards long A. They don't know if Liquid are there or not. They don't know if Liquid are controlling the danger area. And so they kind of have to play the 2-on-2, and Stanislaw will actually fall, does not spot out Lucas, so we'll be able to hold off drop, and that Molotov's gone a little bit Ori, Henny under pressure, misses the shot towards Nitro.
Oh, no.
How does he get 2 kills on low HP? I'm not sure, but FNX now joining the party, does heavy damage towards Elige. Won't be able to stop the plant though. JDM with the AWP too strong, and now it's all to Bolts, can't calibrate the spray. And, well, all Liquid are just doing is just dancing around. They'll be able to get the kill at the end of the day. And Liquid 6-0.
Yeah, another really good round for Team Liquid. Look at the money that's starting to build up for them as well. Even if things do go a little bit pear-shaped, I suppose, for Team Liquid here, it's not going to matter too much because they do have such a great amount of money to work with. I mean, that's another 2-3 rounds really to buy with at least, plus whatever they get if they get bombs down, blah, 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 how many kills, etc. I mean, it's a great situation right now for Team Liquid, and Immortals, once again, going to be back on an eco or just a pistol half-buy sort of thing. Not good for them. It could be 7-0 for Team Liquid here. Probably should be 7-0 for Team Liquid here as well. And that's really, you know, like what more can you really want to start off with?
Immortals, though, just going to be playing passive. They don't want to be giving any easy opportunities, and Liquids identify this and realize, all right, let's just play it slow. Let's not give Immortals easy picks. They probably got armor, probably got pistols. By this stage, they're getting 3.4k for every single round that they lose. So they're able to at least invest a little bit. We'll just have to be careful, not give any guns away or territory. You can see Nitro going to be leading the charge. He knows that HE was thrown out from Ali, and he's already spotted out Lucas, so a little bit of slip from the defensive of Immortals means that Stanislaw, as well as Nitro, will be able to get the opening picks on the B side. But what a shot from Henny. He's also trying to find the head of JDM, but there's too much damage coming around from all directions.
Yeah, Bolt's here with an opportunity, but won't be able to take advantage of it. Nitro dropping him, and Steel finds himself in a 1v4. Been a lot of 1vx situations so far today for Immortals, and they haven't really made any of them work. I don't suspect that Steel is going to be able to make this one work. At least he gets the kill onto Nitro, so causing some economic damage, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be an issue at all.
Slowly crawling towards the A side, and as soon as Steel gets picked off, there is no one on the A side defender, so Steel's going to throw one flashbang, but he still has no information whatsoever, and Nitro just gets the first entry. Bang, A side completely open, and Immortals now stuck on the retake. Have to get a few headshots, otherwise they might just call to back off. There is no way into the A-bomb site after Liquid have all their members on it, and that's it. Immortals have to save.
Well, are they going to save here? Yes, by the looks of things they are. FNX is wrapped around the back, but he's not going to be able to get anything done there, short of exit frags, really. So another really good round for Team Liquid. I think Steel just gave away his position by throwing that flashbang. FNX does get one onto a Liege, but it's consolation prize at this point here. Team Liquid, they're just powering along right now on Cobblestone. It feels as though we're watching the same sort of a matchup as we did last time on this map.
A little bit different, though. In the sense...
Yeah.
In the sense, Liquid aren't just willy-nilly rushing. They're giving Immortals a lot of respect right now. You can see Stanislaw just walking, hunting. He doesn't want to be giving an easy kill storming in. Even still, though, will fall towards FNX. Does not check the tight line, and FNX does get 2 kills, but the kills after the bomb's been planted, and a pause does come through. Immortals need to just have a bit of a chat amongst themselves, most likely, as a tactical pause to see what's going wrong for them.
Yeah, it's definitely time for a tactical pause right now. Immortals, this is a map that they're currently 6-1 on in Pro League. The only team that they've lost to is SK. I mean, they've been Optic, they've been Windfox and Rush, which is not too much to talk about, but like, they have some wins on this map, you know, so they need to be doing a little bit better than what they are doing right now. Team Liquid, on the other hand,
doing everything right.
They're doing everything right, and they've got wins over NRG, Optic, Renegades on Cobblestone, so they've got some pretty good results on this map. But apparently it's a tech pause for Immortals, so maybe there's some sort of other issues that's going on that's maybe preventing them from playing to their fullest extent.
Regardless, though, it's, for me, Immortals, where they're faltering out at the moment is losing control of long A and danger. There is no close contest, there's no AWP pick or no AWP line being deployed to make sure that Liquid's attempts at trying to take those areas are thwarted a little bit. And you can see Steel was playing all the way passive towards A side, had no read of the situation on a full buy round until Nitro just comes off and pops his head off. And by the time it's just too late to react. The T's have got full control stable, they've got full control of the connector as well as balcony. There is no way in towards the A-bomb site unless you go the long way around, and Liquid are aware of that potential.
Yeah, exactly. And so Liquid securing that round very, very easily. And so 8 on the board now for the T side. Immortals, having saved a few guns through here, are going to be able to get a decent buy through to this one as well. But is it going to be enough against Team Liquid? Because at the moment, it doesn't seem like anything that Immortals are doing is going to be even close to the Team Liquid.
Looks like this may be a bit of a fake execute. Twist does take some damage trying to exit the incendiary grenade thrown by FNX, and FNX just hiding behind the box right now. Stanislaw looking to fake his way out. There's a smoke and flashes possibly coming out, but FNX not blinded. Stanislaw does manage to break out on towards the sun. FNX does spot him out, but Henny takes him out with the AWP. But Twist through drop gets one. Will be traded out though. A Liege coming forward, trying to counter trade. But it shouldn't work in his favor. Bolts. No, Allegiance does get the kill at the end of the day.
FNX trades him out, though, and it's 2 versus 3 here. Another situation for Immortals where they might actually be able to win a round, but bomb does go down for Team Liquid. JDM catches the rotator, or the lurker, I suppose. Steel coming around from the back, and that's a really big pick, but he does lose a lot of HP for it, so he's going to be playing a crossfire. Nitro was the one that needed to do the work, and he does. FNX going down now, 2v1. It's doable for Henny, but JDM is watching the angle, and another one goes the way of Team Liquid. So, despite being at a disadvantageous position, again, Team Liquid come away with a round.
And it's just... Immortals play that quite well. They were able to get the trades 1-for-1 until towards the very end. It could have gone either way. That was a good dodge on the flashbang, but Nitro was just one step better with the AK aim. He got dinked out, but he got the headshot in return as well.
Yep.
The AK is a kill, M4's not.
It's just the way it is. And at the moment, the way it is right now for Immortals is not very, very good, because 9 rounds for Team Liquid, this is where they wanted to hit, really, and the more they get now, the better. Immortals in a real struggling position. Need to find a round, and they need to probably find 6.
Stanislaw does take some damage from the incendiary grenade, but Nitro's going to push straight forward. Did he spot the one at tree? I don't think he did, but he does manage to spot out Henny, who's just blinded out completely. Lucas does manage to get 1 kill from E-Room, but that's it. Now 2 on 3. Bolts catches that grenade, but he's pushing forward still, looking to get progressive. He will take down Stanislaw. There's no train until Twist eventually catches onto the fact that Steel trying to come through. Drop Room has been spotted out. Tagged down to 11. I don't think he's got any chance whatsoever.
Not a chance at all. JDM with the AWP taking him out. And 10 rounds now for Team Liquid. Immortals, I mean, what's going on for them today? This is a team that beat Optic 16-6 on Cobblestone, Cloud9 16-8. So it's not like they've had bad performances on the map. I mean, admittedly, they kind of got challenged to 16-12 by Complexity, but the other 2 victories that they have is 16-1 and 16-2 over Rush and the Foundation, or then Selfless. Like, it's not like they're bad at this map. So, Team Liquid's making it look easy.
Nitro's popping up as well. Look at Nitro. He's currently sitting on 16 kills after 10 rounds. Coming into the 11th round, he's been able to... He's been dinked out sometimes. You feel like, all right, the CT shouldn't have the engagement, but Nitro is able to find the headshot time after time. He finds the critical entries. He gets the picks working in Liquid's favor. And this round, it's a semi-investment. Immortals do have a lot of loss bonus, so they can kind of go, yeah, we'll buy a couple of UMPs, maybe armor. We can afford to invest a little bit. Not too much, though.
They probably need to be able to afford a little bit more than what they have got right now, because even when they have had more, they haven't been able to make it work. Need to see something change for Immortals, and quickly, because this is fast shaping up to be a really deadly half for Team Liquid, and it already probably is at this point. Should be 11-0. Team Liquid finding the first pick there. They do sacrifice a lot of HP onto Stanislaw, and Steel's in a decent position here. Might have heard that rotation for Team Liquid. Gets a kill as well onto Stanislaw, so that's an AK dropped. Doesn't look as though he's going to go and try and retrieve it, though. And it does seem as though it's just once again going to be another B hit here for Team Liquid. It's been so successful for them recently. And they do get a 1-for-1 trade on the entry. Now 2-for-1, make that 2-for-2, though, as Twist does get himself a kill. And 2 versus 2 as well is where we end up with only 20 seconds left here for Team Liquid. Doesn't phase them at all. And they put 11 on there. So 11-0 now, Immortals. They will buy into this one, but it just feels as though it's almost too little too late.
Very tight, though. Immortals are able to make it in towards a 2-2, where Twist was low and JDM had the AWP, but Twist just too sharp, finds a headshot on 3 HP. Still almost won it for them. With not only the pick on Stanislaw, he got the information going, hang on, guys, Liquid aren't here. Liquid aren't at mid. They don't have long A control because, well, I had a teammate earlier on who was able to get the pick on Stanislaw, realize that they fell back, and they could stack the B site instead. But now here's the buy round. And Immortals, surely this is the round where they need to finally take a round win. They have to.
They have to, yeah. It has to be sooner or later. Sooner rather than later, preferably for Immortals. But everything that they do on the CT side just doesn't seem to work. They've pushed a couple of times. That hasn't helped. They've played very passive a couple of times. Hasn't helped. Team Liquid this time splitting up across the A and the B site. Starting to pressure A just a little bit. Twist does spot out Bolts and takes his head off. So, like, what are you going to do against that?
And they've lost slope control after just getting the first pick. Immortals just deciding what they need to do. And Steel has to play aggressive. He needs to regain map control for his team, but Allegiance is not having any of that nonsense. And At this stage, Liquid could even go back towards the B side if they choose to do so. Lucas does fast rotate, might be able to catch a person off guard, but no, Nitro. This is what I mean. Every single time they're able to do so much damage towards Nitro, but he's able to find the headshot out of nowhere. And Immortals now down towards the last 2 M4s, looking to desperately save, and Liquid on the hunt. They do not want to relinquish any pressure whatsoever.
Well, JDM spotted one of them out, but Henny spots him quicker. So the headshot doesn't go the way of Immortals, but realistically, even if they can save these 2 guns, how much is it going to help them? They'll be at a 12-0 deficit. And again, Team Liquid, they take so many guns through. I suppose if they lose a few to the hunt, then maybe not. But their economic situation is so good. Immortals is not great. Their round situation is so good. Just Team Liquid stepping up here at the moment.
Yeah, they're just making it look too easy right now. Just every single member getting the individual picks working in their favor. And Immortals, I was saying, Cobblestone is not a game you should lose in your T side. It's really how poorly or well you do in your CT side, and that's what's happening right now. There's not much resistance on the A bomb side.
Yeah, not much. 17 kills for Nitro, definitely having a good night. So Immortals have got another buy through here, but is it going to help? Team Liquid once again just going for the 5 rifles and the AWP. It's been working for them, so why change it?
Well, he's actually staying with the M4 as well, so that's just confidence if you ever see it. He knows that the CTs have armor, and he goes, yeah, I can take him in an aim deal. I can win it.
Quickly out to the B site this time from Team Liquid, or at least up onto platform. They have not pushed directly into the B site just yet, but Nitro looking for the entries and won't get it. FNX gets the kill. Still, that allows Liquid out onto the side. Elige gets 1. Still favorable right now for Immortals, but as I say that, the trades starting to come back the way of Team Liquid. 2 versus 3 now, and Immortals, it's going to be tough here because they're both coming in from different directions. There's not really a possibility for the trades. They will need to win their aim duels, and that's not something that Immortals have been able to do so very well today.
They do manage to get a few one-on-ones working in the favor, just like that one. Does ball back down towards a 2-on-2, and the bomb has not gone down. Liquid trying to regain control so far, and Elige loses his life to Steel, who's doing work right now. Now it's all the JDM on a 1-on-2. Bomb still not planted as well.
Did he just spot out bolts? I think he might have.
I think he suspects that there's one behind Rock, and he's just trapped between 2 lines, and that is a critical round going in the favor of Immortals. Liquid semi-wort drop the ball for that one. They don't get the bomb plant down. They allow a few one-on-ones to go towards the favor of Immortals. Well done by Steel, though. Able to get those 2 UMP picks off.
Exactly, but it's only 1 round for Immortals here. 1 round is not enough. 3 rounds is probably not enough. Team Liquid here still have a great first half built up. They can make it even better if they make it to 14, 13. And they have enough money to buy out the half as well. So the pressure doesn't stop for Immortals despite winning that 1 round. In fact, it may even get a little bit greater because now there is that weight upon their shoulders that they know they've been able to do it once. Can they do it again? Henny gets a 1-for-1 trade. FNX doing well, though, from the drop room, getting a couple. Twist does one better.
Well, down towards a 1-on-2. Feels like we're just here in the last round, and these Molotov, as well as HE grenade, should do a lot of damage towards JDM. He's actually down towards 1 HP, and makes Bolt's life very easy. Immortals pick up 2nd round.
All right, so last round of the half coming out here. Immortals have tried their best to stabilize, but I don't know how stabilized you can make a claim to be at 3 and 12. Liquid, of course, going to buy into it. It's better than 15 and 0. I will give you that. But 3 and 12, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be enough here for Immortals. If they can even get 3 and 12, it could still be 13-2.
They have the economy to put themselves in a position to go 3 and into 3 and 12, and still watching the correct line. He spotted 1 smoke, but he misses a shot on towards Twist. There is a rifle support close. Bolts does well to go for 1-for-1, but Liquid get the picks. But there's an early rotation coming out for Immortals, so they still have A site control. Completely different scenario this time, and FNX already on the site, ready to get a few headshots. There's one on towards Twist, and he's spamming through the stable wall. He's got support coming forward now. And this should be 3-12 towards Immortals. They've got good control of the site. As another headshot goes towards FNX. Now it's all towards JDM, and he hasn't won any of the previous clutches. Makes me think that he's going to lose this one as well.
Yeah, 1v3, a bit of a tough ask for him, but he does have a minute to play with. Unfortunately, again, does not have control of the bomb, and that's been the thing that's been partly a problem for him in all of these clutches. He gets the first kill, but not going to be able to get the second there. So Immortals, they look a lot better in those final 3 rounds, at least starting to hit their shots. But only 3 rounds on the CT side of Cobblestone, you'd be hoping for a lot more.
It's... yeah, obviously you're hoping for a lot more, but it's definitely serviceable, better than 15-0, and now they're starting to get a little bit of confidence back. If they are able to transition it towards their T side, and they're able to make Liquid feel the hurt they felt on the CT side, a completely different story. If they're able to get the entries in. Because what felt to me what went wrong for Immortals is that they lost control early on, where they didn't get their economy game forward, and as soon as that happened, they realized how many rounds they were behind, tried forcing up, which you have to do in that situation. You have to force up, and by the time they did get the rounds, it was kind of a little bit too late, where they're just going, yeah, we're feeling it now, but at what cost have we felt it at? It's not over for them. I can point out a match that happened today. It was 12-3 towards Misfits over Renegades. It was 15-4. They were able to win 11 rounds in a row to bring it overtime. Granted, they did lose the game afterwards, but they were still able to bring it back into overtime. It is not over for Immortals yet. They can bring a sick T side, and they can make Liquid just completely drop. And they can maybe force it to overtime, maybe even take the map victory.
They'll have to hope that they can get the pistol round, though, because if that one does go the way of Liquid, then I'm calling all said and done. But we'll see. I'll wait. Won't count my chickens before they hatch here for Team Liquid, and I certainly hope they won't, because even though they have got a good start, doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to come away with the victory on this map. FNX was starting to step up there. He was looking pretty decent. Manny hitting a couple of shots with the AWP, maybe gets the blood flowing just a little bit here into the second half, and maybe that's going to be enough here for Immortals. But then again, I mean, it's a very, very scary prospect, particularly given how good Liquid has looked on Cobblestone in the past. I mean, they've got some pretty big scalps on that one, so it's not an easy task, that's for sure, for Immortals, and they are going to have to start, and they're going to have to come out into the second half here with a lot of good performances, individually speaking, and obviously as a team.
Yeah, they don't have enough rounds to play with as well, which is just the hard part. I was saying that the ball mark figure should have probably been about 10 rounds for either side. If Immortals had 5 CT rounds to play with, I'd say that, you know, they can at least have a little bit of luxury playing around, but with barely any CT rounds to play with, they only have 3. They drop the pistol, it forces them into a scenario where they have to go, all right, we have to force up. If it was like a 10-5 scenario, you can imagine, all right, we've lost a pistol, that's okay, we'll just eco this one, we'll play for our full buy when it comes 13-5, maybe get the bomb plant down, buy a few basic pistols, but there's still at least 3 rounds to work with. If they lose pistol in this one, and if they don't have the luxury of going for anti-ecos, they don't have the luxury of going on ecos, they just have to force up and go, all right, pistols it is, armor, just try our best.
I suppose it's at least good that they're going over onto the T side as opposed to the CT side there. When they can force up, or if they force up, it's maybe going to be a little bit more effective. Tech 9 armor, I tend to think, is a little bit better than CZ or 5-7 armor for the CTs. And you can kind of have that rolling death ball into one of the bomb sites. If you overwhelm the site, pick up some guns, try and hold off the retake. It's a possibility here for them, but obviously it's not going to be hugely easy. Best case scenario is that they win that pistol, and then they can get the ball rolling from there, try and break the economy early on from Liquid, and keep them in those economic sort of poor economic sort of situations. And if they can do that, that's exactly what Liquid did to Immortals. But is it going to be enough, because they need to do it for the whole half? And really, they can't afford to let it slip at all, which is kind of what Liquid did towards the end there. They've given Immortals a bit of a sniff back into this one. If they had have gone like 13, 14, even 15 rounds, obviously, I think then that would have been pretty much all over Red Rover, really. But with 3 rounds to play with for Immortals, it's doable. It's obviously not easy, but it's doable.
Always a chance. Always a possibility. That's a good thing about Counter-Strike. You can't ever rule out a team. Even maybe 15-0, you can kind of go, I think this is over and done with. But 3-12, we've seen comebacks from 3-12 before.
Definitely. It all starts with this round, though, for Immortals, and they've very, very quietly crept themselves up to the top of the drop room. Sneaky beaky like on the T side.
Liquid have actually stacked the B side so far, but with no information gathered from either side, it means that Liege will be rotating back towards A to just give Stanislaw a bit of assistance to make sure there is no one going towards A. Immortals, this might be a wrap strategy. They can still take the B side if they want. And down drop they go. Twist, though, unable to land the headshots. And Nitro now in the ward of hurt as well. He's unable to find a headshot towards the barrier, which means his life is forfeit. JDM, though, no pressure on him as a Liege does manage to come around and still trying to walk up. What a shot from JDM. And now it's all up to Henny, and JDM says no. 3 kills with the USP.
Yeah.
And Liquid, 13-3. This is, we were throwing hypotheses. We were talking about what-ifs. Scenarios, which unfortunately is not existent for Immortals now, because they just have to force up and they have to hope they can take this one.
Yeah, didn't even manage to get the bomb down, so they couldn't go for an AK strategy next round. It's Tech9 and Armor, and that rolling death ball, they're going to have to hope they can make that one work. I assume they're just going to charge into the B bomb site here, but Liquid will meet them with a bunch of utilities, a bunch of UMPs as well. And yeah, I mean, the early utilities coming out here from Liquid, just to ensure that Immortals aren't rushing in, which they weren't. Looks like Immortals is going to go for some sort of an execute here. They have a lot of smokes to work with, 4 in fact. They're all lining them up. So here we go. Immortals, I think, going to pop through this smoke. Elish is ready. He gets the first, the second. No, he doesn't. JDM got the second, and overall, pretty easy hold there for Team Liquid. Not easy to push through a smoke and make it work like what Immortals did, particularly when they didn't even have a pop flash through that smoke.
Yeah, they were hoping that Liquid were playing a little bit back from plant, that they could overwhelm the UMP who was trying to sit further back, but that was just good communication. Elish knew that another smoke was going to bloom for the CT, so he was able to hear the pins probably from Immortals. He goes, yep, they're executing. I'll play close to the smoke, and I'll just utilize that close range where if they're coming out, I've got the advantage.
Yep.
Plays it perfectly.
Exactly. Did a very, very good job there. Did eventually go down, but overall, Team Liquid will be happy with that round. Again, it seems as though it's going to be somewhat of a repeat of the last round for Immortals. Pretty much for Tech9 Armor, heading towards the B bomb site again, but this time they don't have the utilities to work with, and as a subsequent result, they are starting to be picked apart right now by Team Liquid. Though the push is coming from Immortals, it's not going to work out. You know, you don't have anything to really work with here. They have to rely on the aim from the Tech9s, and Liquid is just not giving them the opportunities to even win Angels.
They're just completely shutting him out, and with the first 2 picks, Liquid just go, all right, let's just chill back. We can sit passive and just wait for them to come. We haven't even incurred much damage. Elish is still healthy on 81. And JDM on 36, a couple of stray Tech9 bullets can take him out, especially if an HE grenade tags him down towards red HP. But he's still alive, still wanting to add towards the kill count. For Immortals, just tapping away, just hoping for a lucky shot, hoping for an opportunity on towards the B site, as they've not made a move towards A, and Bolts going to look one way, and he looks the wrong way.
Yeah, 2v5 now for Immortals. What are you going to do in this situation? Push out to the B bomb side, I suppose, but Elish?
I think Elish was caught napping just a little bit, but they know where Henny is now, and he should be a dead man walking. There it is. So Nitro also has gone somewhere.
So it looks like something's going wrong for Team Liquid, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've lost Elish, they've lost Nitro, so it didn't really influence the round at the end.
Does Liquid have a gaming house? Are they all together?
I thought Liquid, they actually played from 2 separate apartments, but that was a long time ago. They had, I think they lived in apartments like really close to each other.
Maybe that's part, like maybe one of the apartments lost power or internet, and that's why Nitro and Elish were looking a little bit not there.
I think Elish was just completely timed out, and alongside with Nitro as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Well, it happens. Liquid still win the round.
Still
so
won.
They're not going to be too phased about it. They're just like, yeah, tech balls, guys. We'll just get our players back in. It's probably a mere formality at this stage. Immortals don't have enough for AK-47s. They're just going to armor a Tech9 again. And Liquid do have money for AWPs, for rifles. They're going to be happy with playing into this round.
Yeah, exactly. And Liquid are going to be happy with playing on Cobblestone right now, because 15-3, you couldn't really ask for a better result against a team like Immortals, who's generally been quite evenly matched in terms of on paper against Liquid and on Cobblestone.
This was, to be honest, this was a little bit of a letdown. And it sounds harsh, but I was expecting a lot better from Immortals. I was expecting a better fight.
Yeah.
The rounds where, you know, it was a lot more closely contested. I was expecting them to be a tug-of-war of attrition.
Yeah.
You'd see Liquid win one with some good, you know, 2-on-3 plays. Then you'll see, you know, FNX or Henny make a sick play on the side of Immortals to bring it back for them for the next 2 to 3 rounds. And it hasn't happened, unfortunately. Liquid, not in a dominating position right now.
Yeah, definitely. They shouldn't lose it out from here, that's for sure. But I suppose it depends on a lot of factors. Maybe if Liquid don't even get their players back in the server, that could be a bit of an issue.
I don't know why a room like Drop exists. It's
maybe it used to be like a latrine, you know? Like
possibly.
In the castle.
Yeah.
But usually that would go outside into like a moat or something, not into just a room below.
It would either go into the basement of the dungeon, and I don't think that Drop is the dungeon, so...
No.
Early grenade pressure once again, but Immortals just charged straight forward and out on towards the B bomb site, but Elish with the A4 spray able to get one more kill. Nitro chiming in with a final steal. Oh, this is all over.
That's
just kills going all in the favor of Liquid. Bolts, he has to be very hopeful, but Nitro just finishes off with a well-placed HE grenade. 16-3.
Very, very good performance from Team Liquid, starting off quite nicely on Cobblestone, and so...
That was quick.
It was quicker than I thought. We've had a day of very, very quick matches. I mean, that's our second 16-3. So far, we've seen a 16-3, a 16-0, and a 16-3.
Let's hope Inferno was a little bit tighter because it's... Yeah, Immortals definitely need to step up. We didn't see much. They were missing probably for the majority of their first CT half. By the time that they did kick in, it was too late. And as soon as they lost the pistol round, that was pretty much it. They had to go for desperation strategies, and desperation wasn't enough. Liquid are just too strong.
Apparently, it has been a very, very good performance today from Team Liquid. I didn't think that there was anyone there that was really stepping up apart, above the others by a huge margin. Everyone was seeming to look pretty good. JDM had some pretty decent rounds where he got a couple of multi-frags and that kind of thing. But overall, Team Liquid, I think, were feeling pretty
Nitro was absolutely on fire, though.
Nitro was good, yeah.
Nitro
but then so was everyone else.
Everyone else is... Well, we could make a, I guess... reference back towards Optic, where you'd had one person going huge and everyone else was doing their job and doing well.
Exactly.
That felt like to me, Nitro was going huge and everyone else was doing really well and doing their job.
Yeah, pretty much. I can agree with that. And so hopefully for Team Liquid, they're going to be able to pull that through to map number 2. Map 2, not too far away as well. We'll be back very, very shortly after the quick break.